Hey, Sinful, why don't you play top tier anymore? Why is it that you find top tier boring? Why do you want to play top tier? Exciting gameplay. Look. Top tier is dead and you killed it. I don't think I killed top tier because I barely played lately. Top tier, that is. There's no way he doesn't see me. He doesn't. If I actually wanted to kill top tier, I could just be a shitter and play nothing, absolutely nothing but Rafale. Just play Rafale a little bit too much, and that's it. Top tier is gone. Hey, well, at least there's 5, so I'm just gonna loiter around for a bit until I find them. 120C5 totally gonna change everything. Everything is gonna be sunshine and rainbows in the world of top tiers in battles. Well, I don't think 120C5 is gonna change much. It kind of feels like a placebo, just so people stop complaining. Where's this guy? She's on the deck. He's firing all his missiles at me. Oh no. Multipass saved me. It did, lol. you see that? He fired all of his missiles and none of them hit. I did that on purpose though, and almost backfired. Because I just wanted to disrespect him with a fucking gun kill. Oh, somebody here. Medium altitude in the cons. I agree, considering that current depth version is just marginally better than AV. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know if it's finished yet. It might be gimped. Because currently the 120C5 only has a single stage booster. So it's not like other radar missiles that have like a very powerful stage that lasts for like 2 seconds and then they switch to a sustainer. This one, it's actually just like the main boost and that's it, but it's too weak. So even though it has like 10% more thrust than the other M120s, its performance is kind of the same. Like at longer ranges, the main advantage is like the missile arrives to target like 2 seconds earlier and like that's it. 2 seconds at best. Hey, well, there's joiners. Or at least I'm gonna have some people to shoot at. What I don't understand is what... Oh, there he is. I was chasing this guy and he just disappeared. There he is. It is, of course, a 15. Bombing. Oh yeah, I can assume merging in RV is a miracle. It's way too fucking brain right. Everything is insanely chaotic. Sim can also be chaotic depending on if you get lucky and you find a match with way too many people. It's very unlikely though. But it's fun when you actually find a lobby with a lot of people. Because right now, just me playing on this match, it's not very populated, so I can like actually just chill. Literally I'm just chilling. Like my brain is in automatic mode right now. But there's been a couple of occasions. I think one of my latest stream, like 3, 4, 5 days ago, where I played Rafale, it was an Afghan match and it had a lot of players. And it was actually fun because it was at least contested. And I had to like use my brain a little bit more. This guy is firing M120s from his center far away. Those things are not gonna hit ever. I'm gonna go easy on my fuel. I'm gonna have to play hide and seek with this guy until I find him. There he is. you guys think I should hold back? Wow, look, he pulled a Cobra on his way down and he just compressed due to gravity. And that's what I call a wing stall. Wow. I'm gonna try to loiter around with the little bit of fuel I have, see if I can just spam some missiles to somebody. Oh, look, yeah. I might as well chase this guy and go RTV with the little fuel I have. Do I think the Hornet is any good? Honestly, I don't know. I don't have it, I don't use it, I don't like it. Like, having that amount of missiles is pretty good overall, because combat endurance is a really important feature of planes overall, especially in top tier when, you know, like, missiles are doing most of the job. So the more missiles you have, the better it's gonna be. But the thing about the Hornet is you have a lot of those missiles, but the flight model is not helpful at all. It's also really slow, so you cannot really do VVR. And the main problem is that American missiles are garbage. I don't find them useful. Because A120, yeah, it has good kinematics. Like, it's not really that far off compared to other missiles. So that little extra range on the M120, like, it's not enough to compensate for the fact that the missile is really fucking stiff at slow speeds and like short range. So what I tell everyone all the time is that on BVR engagements, like, if I'm playing whatever plane I'm flying, if I'm fighting an American plane, is if we engage in a BVR engagement, I can just easily just negate his kinematic advantage by notching, or more specifically vertical notching. So it doesn't matter if you have 15E and you're flying Mach 3, like 15-kilometer altitude slinging M120s at me, like, none of those missiles are gonna hit, because I'm gonna have all the time in the world to react. And like, just by notching, I can easily negate your entire kinematic advantage. And doesn't matter how much energy your missiles have, it's not gonna make them more resistant to notching. So what's gonna happen overall is on those VVR engagements, if both players do it right, then both players just eventually end up closing the distance with each other. At a closer ranges, there are missiles that are far better than the M120, like 77, 77-1, PL-12, and especially Mika. The fact that these missiles can pull so hard off the rail, and they also have slightly better acceleration, especially in the case of Mika, which is really violent, then that just means that the missile pulls off the rail really aggressively, so it's actually far better from high of bore side. Like, you see HMD, like high of bore and the Fire Fox 3s, they're gonna pull in and they're also gonna accelerate really fast. So opponent is not gonna have a lot of time to react. Compared to the M120, well, if you try to fire an M120 from high of bore side at short ranges, and especially if you're slow, that thing is not gonna pull in at all. So whatever extra range the M120 might get, it doesn't really compensate for the fact that the missile is pretty much a fucking rock on launch. So Hornet, I think the plane is good, but the main issue is the missiles. And that goes not only for the Hornet, but pretty much every single American plane overall. Like, yeah, your missiles have the best kinematics and shit, but those kinematics don't really matter too much. Yeah, AM4 is another example of a missile that's really good close range because it literally pulls super hard off the rail. So, I think the PL-12 is gotta be probably the best Fox 3 together with the 77-1, just because the PL-12 has pretty much the same kinematics as an M120 with almost twice the pull. And 77-1 is basically the exact same, but with even more violent acceleration. So 77-1, for example, you can fire it high of bore side while notching, and that motherfucker is gonna pull super hard off the rail, and it's gonna have more than enough energy to actually catch up to the enemy. So overall, like if you follow Mustang on YouTube and you watch his latest vertical notching video, like overall the whole technique, how it's used and its benefits, you will find out really quickly what is that I mean by the fact that missiles with better range don't really mean anything, because you can just notch. Like, oh, there's an F-15E, like literally in the fucking stratosphere, raining AIM-120s from outer space. Oh well, you just fucking notch them. It doesn't matter how much energy those missiles have. Like, you just fucking notch them and just wait for the guy to get close, and that's it. I think the main advantage that the 120C5 might have, and that's assuming Gadget even models it properly, is the fact that the 120C5 has a smokeless motor. So, say for example, on this kind of weather conditions, you are flying above the clouds and you're firing M120 towards somebody on the deck. Usually, experienced players, and myself included, usually I try to look for smoke trails from missiles, so I can kind of have an idea where they're coming from. But on a smokeless Fox 3, if you manage to sneak up on somebody, you fire a smokeless Fox 3, they won't be able to see where the missile is coming from, as in the altitude, right? They don't know if it's coming from above, from below. So I think that might be a decent advantage for 120C5. But if that's not modeled, then it's just gonna be like the same vanilla flavor of ice cream with sprinkles on top. But you know pretty well after a bit, you notice the sprinkles don't add anything to the flavor whatsoever, and it's kind of irrelevant. So like, yeah, it's more the same. Who is that guy? It's Giga LARPing. What plane is that? It's an Eurofighter, I think. Oh, I'm almost ripping. Okay, hold on, no. Fire a missile on Eurofighter. Does it hit? It does. Oh, it's not an Eurofighter. I'm fucking blind. I'm actually blind. Like, I saw the livery was like red color. I assumed it was the Eurofighter. But now that I think about it, it's a fucking that livery, red livery, is from the German Eurofighter, not the British one. I wanna kill that guy. Where is that guy? What the fuck is that? I just saw like an object flying in there, like what? Hello, J-Lu. In game, right? Yeah, in game, sure. Where else would I? He's gotta be somewhere in front, around here, or to my left.
And victory will be ours.
Okay, well, no idea where it is. Oh, there he is. No, never mind, that's our AI. Yeah, it's AI. That one is not. This guy is on a deck, this guy is in the stratosphere. $15C merging with Rafale surely would go well, huh? Come on, Rafale, climb, go Rafale. Dude, how fast is that dude going? I'm gonna love the shit out of this one. See what happens. Oh, okay, he exploded. He better not have fired a fucking missile at me. Okay. Oh no, they're firing missiles at me. I'm cooked. Okay, I have one Michael left. Oh, that guy is dead. He's very dead. Where's the other one? I know he had a friend with him. There he is. Let me guess, premium 16. Oh, Hornet. That's the annoying guy. What is Bro doing? Wow. Man. Fucking wasted my fuel chasing him. Okay, dude, what the fuck do you even want? Come here. High aboard side M120. Yeah, sure, buddy. Sure, it's gonna hit. Oh, motherfucker, got my kill stolen. Fuck, go fuck yourself, ally. Okay, how many? Oh, there's still a few. I will see if I can find somebody to launch my Mika and just go RTV. Uh-huh. Two of them. The fucking US teams are full of clowns. Well, look, they're gone. US players be like. By the way, Sin, in your opinion, will narrower notch window help 120 if Gaijin decides to do that? From my experience, I have significantly harder time to notch Mika because the narrower notch window. The narrower notch window for Mika does not exist. What Gaijin did was they basically shrunk the FOB of the Mika from 15 degrees to 7.5. So you see in an RB whenever you ready up a missile, like you see the circle where the seeker is actually looking, right? That seeker has like a certain size, which is the FOB. Well, radar missiles have an FOB that is really fucking big, like 15 degrees. So what they did to the Mika is they basically shrunk that FOB from 15 to 7.5. So that means that the missile, instead of being completely impossible to notch at 700 meters away, it's now the same but at 350. Like it barely changes anything. What you need to know is that notching is not about the angle, it's about your closure to the missile. So of course, like if you're flying perpendicular to the missile like this, like perfectly 90 degrees, like your closure to the missile is gonna be 0. So that's basically like a perfect notch, right? But if you're flying insanely fast and you just like you fail to notch by like 1 degree because you're going so damn fast, then it's gonna be far easier to increase your closure towards the missile, and it's gonna pick you up again. So notching is not about the angle, it's about your speed towards the missile, your closure. Now, as far as I know from data mining the files, like there's a lot of parameters that I think Gaijin uses to model the actual notch gates. Because for example, like pulse Doppler radars, like the ones on missiles, like they pick up closure, right? So they only pick up stuff that's flying towards them or away from them. So closure again. So if you happen to be flying insanely slow, then your notch window is going to be much bigger, because you will need to recommit a lot more towards the missile to like enter within that threshold of closure where they can actually pick you up. Now when it comes to that specific parameter on missiles, they're all the same. They're all just as easy to notch. I think the main issue about Mika is, and this is something I've noticed like ever since like Mika release and ever since it got buffed like last year when they rebalanced all Fox 3s, is the Mika just has such a massive and violent acceleration at close range that you barely have time to reach the notch in time. So I think it's not necessarily that the Mika is harder to notch, it's mostly the fact that the missile is so fucking violent it barely gives you any time to react. And there's also like some situations where like on closer ranges, let's say somebody is like around that distance, if you fire a Mika high of bore sight, then you know the Mika is gonna arc like all the way here and it's gonna be like a weird angle. So if a Mika is fired towards you from that close, because the missile is like turning and kind of drifting around, it's basically gonna be impossible for you to like reach the notch accurately, and your best bet is just gonna be to like panic and drop a fuck ton of chaff in the hopes you actually spoof it. Can I please bomb one fucking base, you bloody jackasses? You know, I told a friend yesterday that I was probably being too toxic with people, but you know, I'm gonna be toxic again. No. Play the game, get good, and defend yourself.
Warning, fuel low.
Sorry, I'm not gonna hold back just for the fucking sake, for the fucking fact that you suck. It's a PvP game mode. If I want to do PvP, I'll do it. If you don't like it, you can just leave. Oh, the circles on my HND, they're allies. So Rafale has this cool little feature called data link, pretty much. So you can look around, you can immediately see every single ally in the entire map, including ground units. So on Sim, for example, as you can probably imagine, if you have a look at a dot in the sky and they do not have a circle, it means they're enemy. So if you want to fly a Rafale with radar off the entire time, you'll be able to. I'm good enough, I'm not some no-life piece of crap. Only those say get my friend, have some common respect. How about not reshaping others? Yeah, dude, if you want to do PvE, go ahead. But don't fucking tell the other guys on the enemy team to hold back their fire just because you want a bomb. You can go back to ARB and stuck right there. If you have to ask others to let you play, then you're not good enough. Yeah, I don't think he got me at all. With a known cheater with 2 strikes on his account. Huh? What? Cheater. Okay. A cheater. He's a cheater. I'm a cheater, guys. I'm a cheater because I actually play PvP and play the game. I see bad guy on radar, I'm fucking shooting them down, bro. Dude. What is this guy? Explosionized? Dude, can you? Holy fuck. Okay, there you go. You better not be firing at me. Okay, okay, he wasn't. Jarvis, obliterate this, man. Alright, we'll do. We're gonna just fucking keep killing him until he leaves. Ooh, I don't know who asked about the circles, but yeah, the circles just indicate everything that is allied. Like every single icon, even those X's are allies. X's are allies on the ground, and the circles are allies in the air. So, let me see if I can find this guy. This guy I'm looking at, that's an enemy typhoon. You pay attention to it. You can see the burning corpse doesn't have a circle. It means just by looking at them, you can easily tell if they're enemy or not. It's why the Rafale is so balanced. Like if you thought Rafale was already busted in RP, well, welcome to Sim. I love how it's only this VR with everyone's an ass. Yeah, well, that's your fucking fault for playing US. Go fuck yourself.
Just a little more effort, and victory will surely be ours.
At least he's not jaying out. Bam. No, wrong guy. That's the wrong guy. I wanna find the guy that's complaining. Dude, like, honestly, I try to not be, like, a fucking asshole or a toxic motherfucker against these guys, but, you know, against US mains, I literally cannot contain myself. Like, being toxic or an asshole, like, out of nowhere is bad. But, in my case, I usually just reciprocate people's behavior, so... Like, if you ask for it, I'll comply. It's probably this guy. Yeah, he just bombed this base, I think. So I'm gonna very happily fly towards his location where my missile is gonna know where he's gonna be at all times. Go, Michael. Michael. Oh, he's being pincered by two guys. Is he gonna die? Come on. Go, Michael. Where's my Michael? Well, he's dead. Oh. I switched to the fucking camera to IFF's plane and I just fucking see the missile slamming him in the face. You know what? I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna stay high because I have a feeling he's using terrain a lot to sneak around. So I'm not gonna allow him. I'm not gonna allow him to sneak around at all. Michael, yeah, Michael is fucking fantastic. My favorite missile, together with 77s. Just absolutely goated. Michael. All my homies love Michael. I think I might be picking up somebody on the runway. Would be a shame if I happened to fire a missile in that particular direction. Oh, two of them actually taking off from there. Let's go. Yes. Okay, go, Michael. And here comes another Michael. Wait, did I fire? Okay, yeah. I didn't hear the actual noise from the missile firing.
Attention to the designated grid zone.
Bam. Wow, he crashed. Yeah.
A little more effort and victory will be ours.
Fucking loser. I'm gonna spawn Campus Airfield. Oh, here he is. Michael consistently just kills itself in dogfights. Yeah, well, every single thrust vectoring missile kinda does. Because they don't work properly. I could go into the whole fucking explanation of why they do not work properly, but Easiest way to simplify it is just saying that Gaijin is incompetent. Doesn't know how to fucking make the missiles work. I wonder who this guy is. I'm gonna be a toxic piece of shit. I'm just gonna chase him with IRST. And I'm gonna gun him down. I'm gaining on him right now. Oh. Slow down. Careful with overshooting. Yeah. There we go. Should have taken off better. Come on, leave. Oh, he respawned again. Let me guess. Yeah, he spawned exactly in the same airfield. Who would have thought? So you know exactly what I'm gonna do once again. Yeah, I think... I don't know. Cross-vectoring missiles are usually super dog shit when you actually need them to work. It's like, hey, you're in a fucking dogfight, you fire the fucking 73 and it spins out of control. And you just end up dying because guess what? The fucking flanker without 73s is just a fucking brick. Like a Hornet, but worse.
Air brake on.
Air brake on. See, if this guy was actually a good player and he had a little bit of a brain, he wouldn't be taking off from the exact same airfield over and over again where he's just gonna keep getting spawn camped. So... Sorry dude, I'm just playing the game mode. You can always go to the forums and ask Gaijin to introduce Patriot missiles for the airfields. That will surely prevent spawn camping. Yeah, dude, learning about server load affecting the missile's performance was fucking boggling. Actually fucking stupid that they literally just justify it on the fucking server load. I mean, I guess it makes a little bit of sense, but at the same time, they haven't fixed it to this day. Now, here's the thing. The reason why cross-vectoring missiles spin out of control is because cross-vectoring pretty much converts the entire missile into a whole ass control surface, right? So instead of relying on the fins to steer the missile and generate lift, you have cross-vectoring just steering the entire fucking missile and just converting it into a gigantic control surface. So it's gonna increase lift massively, right? But because cross-vectoring makes the entire missile into a control surface, in-game they have an AOA limiter of around 40 degrees. At least for 73 is 40 degrees, so... Mika and 73, I believe, both of them, they both have a 40 degrees maximum AOA on like the entire missile, so the missile cannot pull anything more than that because it just stumbles and loses control. So on the theory, this AOA limiter works, kind of.
Altitude.
But what usually happens is that thrust vectoring a lot of times ends up being so damn aggressive that the missile ends up being overcorrecting, or just straight up tumbles and breaks this limit way too easily, because thrust vectoring is way too aggressive overall. So you kind of have situations where basically the like the control surfaces of the missile, like the fins, are fighting against the thrust vectoring, trying to fix like the over adjustment of the thrust vectoring itself. And you also have the thrust vectoring fighting against the fins, because they are both independent. They do not behave like coordinated. So TLDR is basically the thrust vectoring is way too aggressive and it doesn't work too well like together with the fucking fins of the missile. So the fins and thrust vectoring do not coordinate too well, and they just basically end up fighting against each other, so to say.
3 o'clock.
And at the same time, even though the AOA limiter exists for these missiles, either because of server load or because of tick rate or whatever, this actual limiter only works like a very small amount of times. Like the missile is always gonna be exceeding this limiter the entire time, almost always. But it's just on those particular occasions where it just overcomes the limit way too aggressively, the missile just loses control. Now, the funniest thing is, what Gaijin does to kind of solve this issue is they make the missiles more stable than they should be. So for example, Mika and 73, and even now on the depth server, every single thrust vectoring missile that's being added, like the Iris-T, the AIM-9X and all that, all these thrust vectoring missiles, what Gaijin does is Gaijin makes them more stable than they should be, and that makes them a lot more stiff, basically. So basically means that the missile is gonna require a lot more effort to shift its trajectory, and just basically gives them a massive turn radius because of the excess stability they have. So this basically means that the fucking missiles are gimped because they are way too stable. And this is like the only way that Gaijin has like kind of improvised a fix for these missiles. You just make them a little bit more stable to where they are a little bit stiff when turning. So they get like a little bit more stability to prevent the tumbling and spinning out of control. But the downside is they have basically their pull severely affected. Even if something like 73 has like 40 Gs of pull and whatnot, if the missile is way too stable, it means it's gonna require a even higher speed to actually achieve that pull. So thrust vectoring missiles are gimped. They could be a lot more powerful if Gaijin wasn't so incompetent.
Warning, fuel low. Warning, fuel low.
Hello, Murat. Yeah, I play mouse and keyboard. I have it's not really a keyboard, it's a keypad, like one of those keypads for macros they used to advertise like 5 years ago. It just happens to have analog switches, so basically every single key on this little keypad behaves like the joystick on an Xbox controller. So the harder I press the key, the stronger the input. So here, for example, if I hold the key softly, you can see the input is very soft. And if I press it all the way, the input is stronger. Like this. So I use relative control, so for real controls, relative control, and this basically allows me to fly the plane both with the mouse, like this is with the mouse, so I can use the rudder and roll a little bit or whatever, or I could also use it, just fly with the keyboard. So whenever I'm dogfighting or just looking around, like I look around, my mouse is disabled, I cannot use the mouse to fly the plane anymore, so instead I use the keyboard for flying, like this. So you basically fly the plane with both the keyboard and the mouse at the same time. absolute cinema. Yeah, the way thrust vectoring missiles work is very funky. Like the hotfixes and like methods that Gaijin used to like make them work-ish. It's just way too improvised overall. Like it's definitely not finished. So back when they were introducing R73s, they kind of just made it work somewhat, and then you just fucking
Warning. Fuel low.
patched it up with band-aids and called it a day. But yeah, overall I have data mined the files a lot, and I have also created custom missiles. This is something you can do with custom missions. Like there's a custom mission with the SU-57 Felon. It's of course a user-made mod, but the thing is you can strap any missile you want into that mod, and you can even modify the missiles yourself. So I have tinkered around. I have pretty much spent like probably 20 or 30 hours just quote-unquote studying every single parameter that affects the missile's performance. And I just looked into the code trying to find a way to fix the R73 tumbling, spinning out of control, and absolutely nothing I did worked.
On me! Guide on me!
And I don't know if there happens to be like somebody
On me!
with a degree on engineering in chat or something like that, but some of you might probably know what a PID controller is. So basically the PID controller is kind of what controls the thrust vectoring. So what the controller does is the thrust vectoring tries to steer itself into some direction, and the PID controller kind of smoothens out, makes it a little bit more smooth, and makes sure it doesn't overcorrect and whatnot. So I thought the problem was somewhere around there, and I tried messing up with the PID controller to try and make it a little bit more smooth, so to say. And like literally nothing I did worked. Nothing at all. So like TLDR of thrust vectoring missiles is thrust vectoring is too aggressive. The AOA limiter they have on the missile does not work, probably because server load or tick rate or whatnot. But the thing is, the very moment the missile exceeds this AOA limit is when they actually spin out of control. So for example, let's say if I fire a 73 high board side, like very aggressive angle like this, the missile is gonna launch, it's gonna pull a ton of AOA because of the thrust vectoring, and if the missile exceeds the AOA,
Let's keep the pressure
and
on. Victory
let's
is
say like the computer notices it a little bit too late, it's just gonna overcorrect and send the missile into the other direction, and it's gonna spin out of control.
Brake on.
So it's just Gaijin. And the way that Gaijin kind of fixed this, like an improvised fix, is they made thrust vectoring missiles more stable than they should be. So basically means like the turn radius of the missile is bigger, so it's worse.
Air brake on.
The maneuverability is also worse. Their turn radius at launch is worse. Everything is just fucking ass.
Air brake on.
But yeah, pretty much Gaijin just makes missiles more stable than they should be. And that just makes the missiles compress a little bit too much, and it affects the G-pole. And
Air brake on.
like the R73, for example, it's probably the best case because it's not like gimped that much. Stability on the R73 is only 20% bigger than any other like dogfight missiles at high tiers. But stuff like the AIM-9X and the IRST is 150% higher. So 73 is only 20% more stable than it should be, which is fine. It's fine, it actually helps the missile a little bit. But stuff like the AIM-9X and the IRST have a 150% higher stability than they should have. So like I already did the testing, and actually I might be able to do it a little bit so you guys can see. Hold on, I don't think I have the custom mission set up on this one. No. I think the custom mission is only working on the depth server. Actually, give me a second. I'm gonna close the game. I'm gonna see if I can launch the depth server real quick. Also, 73 is much slower than Mika. I think acceleration does help. Yeah, because the Mika just accelerates so damn violently, it becomes stable a little bit sooner, so it doesn't tumble too much. But still, on on situations where you fire the Mika very slow at very high off bore side angles, it's always gonna spin out of control. Okay, I'm gonna launch the depth server real quick. Wait, this fucking shit is quiet as hell. I just noticed. Where's my boring ass dog shit playlist of boring ass music? There you go. $25 to 1 KD is crazy. No, it's not. It's their fault, dude. I literally don't have to put any effort whatsoever in Rafale when I play. Alright, let me see if it works. Why is it not detecting the game? Oh, there you go. Is it working? Just let me know if it's working, because I don't know if it's capturing the game again or not. This is the depth server, by the way. In 120C5, the missile that's gonna change top tier forever. Alright, here's what I mean with trust vectoring shit. Go to user missions, and this is a custom mission with a user-made model of the Su-57. But here's what I want you to look at. So, what I basically did is I took the AIM-9X that is currently in the depth server, and I transformed it into an air-to-air missile. Like, every single parameter is the same. Like, every single characteristic of the missile, like the gimbal limit, the pole, the aerodynamics, like absolutely everything is the exact same. I didn't touch anything at all. So this is literally what the A9X would be like if it came to the game right now for planes. I'm gonna slow down a little bit. I'm gonna fire this in the high bore side. You can just see how absolute dog shit the pole is. So the missile is already out of juice after like half a turn, pretty much. I'm gonna try another shot. We're gonna have a look at the replay view though, so. 9X, overall, in my opinion, not looking very promising at all as an air-to-air missile. It's literal dog shit. Because in real life, 9X has the same rocket motor as the AIM-9M. And overall, for thrust vectoring high bore size situations, you want to have a very strong rocket motor as much as you can. So there, I don't know if it's gonna have enough juice to actually hit. Okay, it kinda does. Those are a bunch of AI planes. I'm gonna restart. I want to see if I can go super slow and just make it tumble, because this thing is still tumbling out of control on launch. So usually when missiles lose control is when they are fired from high bore side at very slow speeds like this. I guess that one worked. There we go. I'm gonna see if I can make him fly past. No, he's flying away. Never mind. fire high of bore side. And the missile overall ends up having a super wide turn radius because it's way too stable. And by the way, I also have the Python 5. The Python 5 is also in the files. And again, I didn't touch absolutely anything with this missile at all. Oh, it lost sight of target, never mind. Okay, I'll do it one more time just so we can actually take a look at the sensor view because it's the easiest way to compare them. Hate to ask this, but what's your opinion on the Derby being one of the worst fox trees in the game? I don't necessarily think it's the worst, but it's definitely all the way down there. Because for example, the Mika is one of the best, but at least the Mika has something to offer, which is insane short range performance, but the Derby doesn't really have like much. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fire both missiles, 9X and Python, high of bore side. That's the fucking 9X. It has no juice whatsoever to follow target. I need the guy to actually turn around like this, maybe. This is gonna be the Python. Like the Python already did a fucking 180 and hit him. I need this fucking guy to stop running away from me. I need him to fly past so I can actually fire both of them. And force them into do a whole 180. Okay, like this should work. Okay, there goes both of them. This is the Python, by the way. You can see it did a full 180 and it's still burning. And then 9X is just flopping around. Wanna see if I can do another pass. Or if it's just gonna fly away. Okay, he's turning around. He's turning around. I'm gonna try to accelerate to make the missile compress a little bit. So this is Python and then 9X. The Python already hit. And the 9X is struggling to do a whole 180 because it compresses. See if I can do it one more time. Or I can just use it with the fucking bandits that are coming. This guy is going insanely fucking fast. So you can see the missile just pull around and is chasing him already. When I try to do it with this guy... There. Okay, let's have a look at the sensor view. Okay, first of all, get rid of the fucking minimap. And this, and this. So here's where I'm fired the 9X, I believe. Now, it says a 9M, but that's just localization error. Like, everything you see about this missile, it's exactly as the 9X is currently in the files. So I want you to have a look at the G-pull and the fucking speed it's capable of achieving. You can see just how much the missile compresses, and it's barely pulling 10 Gs at Mach 1.5. You can see how much it struggles to go around the circle. So it's way too stiff. That's basically caused because Gaijin made the missile far too stable. So it's literally fucking rock. Here I'm gonna be firing another one. I believe this is gonna be the Python. No, that's another A9X. Here I fire both of them. So I'm gonna slow it down even more, and I want you to have a look at how hard the Python is gonna pull around. So look at the speed of both missiles, and look at how tighter the turn on the Python is gonna be. So the Python at Mach 1.14 is pulling 40 Gs already. 40. And the 9M is pulling 34, but it's going to an Narnia somewhere in there, and you can see the fucking missile is just compressing into nothingness. But just look at the Python. The Python is still burning, like the motor is still burning, and you can see the missile basically did a whole, almost a 270-degree turn. And look at the speed, it's still accelerating. And it hit the target. That is currently the Python 5 that is in the files. I'm gonna speed it up again, see which one is the other missile I'm gonna fire. Okay, here I fire another Python. And here, the 9X wouldn't be able to hit, but the fucking Python just pulls 25, 30, 32 Gs. Almost 40 for a moment. And it's already on its way to hit the target. The 9X, however, is just having a super gigantic turn radius, and it's never gonna be able to turn in time. Also, the rocket motor of the 9X is way too weak, because again, in real life, 9X has the same rocket motor as the 9M, which isn't particularly great. Now here is gonna be the last shot. I'm gonna be firing at that 15A the very moment he flies past. There. Let me see if I can get rid of the enemy markers. So, enemies and other weapons, I think. Yeah, there we go. So here I fire a Python high of bore sight, and I'm also going very fast, so the Python should be compressing a little bit. I fired to this F-15 that's going all the way across. I'm gonna slow it down again so you can actually see how hard the missile is gonna pull. So there's the Python. I'm gonna slow it down even more so you can see the actual G pull of the missile. So it's pulling 40 Gs. 40. 42 for a moment. 42, 45. 46 Gs. That's literally 47 Gs at Mach 1.3, which is absolutely fucking insane. So, look at the turn radius of the Python. It's already did a whole 180-degree turn in 4 seconds. And it still has a lot of rocket motor fuel to go for. So here's the 15A, and you can see the missile is now accelerating, catching up to the guy. There we go. The 9X would never be able to do that. And by the way, the Python 5 does not use thrust vectoring. Okay, here's another replay I think I recorded earlier today for General Lee. Enable this, disable the minimap. I think here I actually managed to fire both of them at the same time or something. So here's Python, and here's 9X. You can see how the Python immediately turned in and was able to hit it. The 9X is just basically compressing and misses. Here's gonna be another shot. Here's the 9X, and here's the Python. Let me see, you can change the angle a little bit there. Slow it down. There you can see the one that says A9M is the actual 9X. And you can see just how much the missile is compressing, just trying to fucking turn. And the Python is just like, nah, I got this. And you can see the fucking super tight turn radius of the Python 5. Goes across the circle, does literally 270-degree turn and actually hits target. And the 9X is like doing around 3 times worse. Hello, pizza. I'm doing alright. I'm chilling. Yeah, the Python does not use thrust vectoring. The Python is basically just around 18 control surfaces, which just gives the missile an absolute fucking disgusting amount of lift. So it doesn't use thrust vectoring. It pretty much doesn't need it. Like, the fucking Python is just gonna loop around. And the fact that... Let me see if I can run it again. I'll run it again because that's fucking insane, right? This one. So, the launch at the very end. Remove this, this, and this. I think around here, maybe. Wait, why am I not looking at the fucking plane? Hello? I don't know what happened. Hold on, let me restart. Okay, there you go. Okay, let me disable everything again. It's just obstructing the view. I'm just gonna fast forward until the moment I launch that Python, like, last. Okay, where am I? Okay, there we go. It's not this one. It's the one I fired towards the 15A. So here comes the 15A. And right there. I'm gonna disable the other missiles to reduce clutter. Okay, so here's my launch, right? I launch at this guy here, this 15A. It's 2 kilometers away, going 1400 kph, which is like a Mach 1.15 or something like that. I'm gonna slow it down once again so you can actually see the G-pull from the Python. So right there, literally off the rail, is already pulling 40 Gs at Mach 1.20. It's pulling 30, 40. It got all the way up to 40. (41), 43, 44, 45, 46, 47. So that's 47 Gs at a fucking disturbingly low speed of Mach 1.3. And this missile does not have thrust vectoring, by the way. So in 3.4 seconds, he was already able of pulling a 180-degree turn. And in just a moment, it's also going to be accelerating towards the target and actually catch it. There we go. I think with a little bit of separation, a little bit of extra separation, he might have been able to just reach Mach 2 again. So, yeah. That's the Python 5, that's currently the files. And again, I did not change any parameter on this missile at all. Like, what you see is literally what Gaijin has implemented as of right now. Can I test the IRST too? Yeah, I can, but I would have to like start copy-pasting the missile and converting it into an air-to-air. And I'm not gonna do it right now. I'm too lazy. I don't think there's anything interesting for me to do on that server, so I'm gonna close it. I'll go back to live and see if I can play another top tier match. So we're gonna close the dev. Something worth mentioning is also the fact that pretty much every single modern missile should have dual plane stabilization. So it basically means that missiles should be capable of rolling themselves in place to start generating lift with all the control surfaces at the same time, which increases the lift a fuck ton. So overall, I think like pretty much every single modern missile with that ability should be able to pull like 30, probably like 30 or 40% harder. It's literally the reason why the Python 5 was capable of pulling so fucking hard at those speeds, is because it actually has a much higher lift multiplier than any other missile in game. Which is understandable, because the fucking missile has a gigantic amount of control surfaces. Okay, I need to pick up the fucking game. Hello? There we go. Let's see how top tier is doing. Oh, look at that, Denmark. Oh, this is the guy that was bitching about not being able to do PvE. Guess where he went? To Denmark. And an Afghan that nobody wants to play. And a brain rot small ass map. By the way, is there a difference between Python 4 and 5 in game? There is, yeah, but that's because the Python 4 hasn't been adjusted in ages. Like, Python 4 was introduced to the files like more than a year ago, and it hasn't been touched ever since. But in real life, performance-wise, I think they are exactly the same, except for the fact that Python 5 has data link. And like the electronics and all of that are better, but overall like kinematics should be probably the same. Okay, well, top tier is fucking dead, so I'm not gonna bother with top tier. So should I be a shitter and play 11-3? I could just go stomp people with the fucking MLD. Yeah, might as well. Let's have a look what is going on in this match. How competitive is the S27 right now? Well, the normal one is dog shit. Like before Euro canards were introduced on the December patch, like the normal 27 was still a little bit playable in top tier. But nowadays, because of power creep and brain rot, like it's just way too much. Like there's only so much abysmal dog shit that any reasonable human being will be able to handle. So normal 27? Hell no, dude. Dog shit. You might as well just fucking play Suicidal on RRB. Because on Sim, we don't have a proper bracket yet.
The enemy's getting closer to victory.
You're gonna join in 25T? You can't. It's 11-3 day. 25T would be up here all the way up to 12-7. SU-27SM on the other hand is overall pretty good. It's still good. Fly model is solid. Ever since they fixed the fucking radar, it's even better.
Cover me.
Missile kit is pretty good. I don't know. 27SM is kind of like a side grade to the SU-30. Like if you prefer fly model, you can just play 27SM. You won't be able to, like, you won't be missing out on too much. Oh wow, well done. Nice team kill, buddy.
Bravo! Attention to the map.
How to dogfight with it? That's something that I cannot really answer too easily. but the best way I can explain it is flanker fly models are good-ish. They are good in the areas where they shouldn't be, and they are dog shit in the areas where they also shouldn't be. So the best way to play flanker overall is you either raid fight or just play smart, cashing in your energy in a smart way, like be patient with it. And whenever you inevitably have to get slow, you better time it properly, and you better time it right and make it count. Because the flanker, every single flanker can only afford to get slow only once. And if you miss, it's over. Oh, okay, that's an enemy intercepting the AI planes. Yeah, the easy answer is you basically raid fight or play smart for as long as you have to, for as long as you can. And when you inevitably get slow in the flanker, you better make that approach count, because you won't get another chance.
Move after me! On me! Attention to the map. Guide on me! Attack the A point!
Trust Vectoring is way too funny for me to not play SU-30. Well, when it comes to dogfighting, the SU-30, like basically the exact same principles apply, in the sense that you have to play smart for as long as you have to, and when you inevitably get slow, you have to make that approach count, otherwise you die. The main difference is, on the SU-30, you get absolutely no second chances whatsoever, and you have to do everything perfectly with no room for mistakes. Or maybe you get lucky and you have the fucking 73 hit the guy in the face. In those few circumstances where it actually works and doesn't spin out of control. Well, yeah, kind of the same principle applies. Like, you have no room for mistakes whatsoever, and when you inevitably get slow in the SU-30, you better make it count. Because if you don't, you're gonna slam the ground, or you're gonna get killed. Fail to destroy convoy. It's gonna spawn a ground battle, probably. Dude, why is it always that I fucking join a match and everyone leaves? There's no way that many fucking people actually recognize me. But come on. Oh shit, okay. That's an 810. I was kind of wondering why the progress on the capture was not moving at all. Go R60 bonk. Okay, yeah, there's no way he was still flying. Suffering from success. I would call it just suffering because it's just fucking boring that everyone just leaves and I just wanna get kills, bro. Well, there's joiners, never mind. It's probably gonna be a slightly more promising match. A lot of teammates are bombing, which is good. We might be able to just secure the win. Unlike the match from yesterday. Yeah, AC-30 is higher risk, 27, but it's insanely good. I'd rather just deal with the fly model of the 30, just for the sake of having a better radar and much better missiles. The radar on the S30 is just disgustingly good. Come on, where are the enemies? Isn't there a setting for anonymous mode? I think there is, but I don't use it. I'm not a bitch. I think it's funny when people just see me and they panic. So I'll suffer from success, it's fine. I think it's hilarious. Like that guy that was complaining that I wouldn't let him play the game, I really hope he remembers my name. I really hope he remembers it, so he can go make a forum post saying how much of a fucking cheater I am. Dude, where's everyone? What the fuck? Like, I know they're zombieing, but holy fuck, just show up somewhere. Capture?
We've captured a zone.
Yay.
After me. On me.
Who are you? Enemy. There you go. That's what I wanted.
Attention to the designated grid zone.
Oh no. You're not escaping from me, pal.
Проверь запас топлива. Скорость предельная.
He shall suffer the consequences.
Скорость предельная.
The consequences of playing you as under my watch.
Проверь скорость предельная. Рубеж возврата. Крест налево. Скорость предельная. Крест налево. Проверь запас топлива. Предельная перегрузка. Включено воздушное торможение. Рубеж возврата. Предельная перегрузка.
And fuck you, don't waste my time.
Проверь запас топлива.
Go R60. No. No.
Проверь запас
It's running away to the airfield.
We're losing.
Am I enjoying the MLD? Absolutely, it's fucking busted. And it's also one of my favorite planes. Not because of the fly model itself being busted, but mostly because of the kit, because it's basically the exact same playstyle as the flanker. You play like a rat, you ambush, you slam everything in dogfights, and you have funny missiles for every situation. It's goated.
Скорость предельная. Проверь запас топлива. Скорость предельная. Предельная перегрузка. Включено
Fucking die already,
торможение. Предельная
piece of shit.
перегрузка.
Fucking coward running away to the airfield instead of fighting me. R6s are the best missiles. You never expect them to do anything, but if they do, it's hilarious. I kind of use them that way, yeah. Like, my expectations were low, but holy fuck. Sometimes they work. In Arabic, it's not as ratty. Well, yeah, of course, it's not gonna be. Game mode just does not allow it.
Attention to the designated grid square.
Man, fuck this, I'm not gonna... Oh. How the fuck would I be giving my kill to him if he didn't touch me at all? What? Fuck that. I wanted to yay out to rearm faster, but I'm not giving this fucking shitter a fucking kill. Not if he runs away to the airfield like that, instead of fighting like a man. Nope. I shall bore every single one of you with my exciting flying RTB. What playlist do I use? It's a I think it's called Copyright Free Funk. Yeah, I think I hit the flare, which is stupid. Stupid. Man, there's ground units. I really wish I had the fucking MiG-27 and go strafe them. But it just happens that the fucking MiG-27 is 11.7, just like the S-25. Actual bullshit. Yeah, it's very likely that the flare hit me. Still don't get over the fact that this gun doesn't sound like an actual gun. And I think I might be cooked. I don't know if I'm gonna make it back to base though. I think I ended up sacrificing my altitude for nothing. That's not good. We are still 17 kilometers away. I'm scared. I don't think I'll make it. I should have climbed a little bit more. Yeah, I don't even see the runway at all. I think I see a structure in there. But, those rocks are in the way.
On me! Follow me!
On me!
Move after me!
I think I might be able to roll and get just close enough to maybe land inside the repair radius of the airfield. Gonna play the MiG-27 at 12.7. Good luck. Fighting against fucking horde of US mains at that bracket. Hell no. I killed 68 of them yesterday. It was hilarious. I actually got lucky for once with a good match where people actually stay around. Well, a lot of them didn't really stay. Just fucking never-ending horde of US players plaguing that BR. Actual plague. I really hope this lands me within the repair radius. Slow down, parachute, slow down, slow down, slow down. Oh, I did it. Do I like the 141? Yeah, absolutely. It's fucking cracked. I like it more than the MiG-29, that's for sure.
Guide on me!
Okay, since I respawn already, I'm just gonna J out. And then respawn. That way I don't have to wait 5 minutes to
Move after me!
get the fuel.
Attention to the designated grid square!
We're ahead of the enemy.
Okay, there we go. There's an A10 player having fun, and I cannot allow that. Yeah, the 141 has always been cracked. I just barely ever play it because that bracket is fucking cancer. You think my fucking hate for US mains is a meme and I just came up with it out of spite? No, that fucking bracket definitely contributed to that.
The victory is near.
Fuck them, honestly. Yesterday, on that match where I got almost 70 kills, I spawned a camp like 3 of them in a row. It felt so good.
Move after me!
where are the US players? These pings are from air defenses, not from a player. Hey, it's on fire. Oh. Is that what I think it is? It is. That's the traffic pole of consequences.
We have captured a zone.
See, it's one of the main reasons why I love this plane so much. It's literally just like the flankers, you have missiles for every single situation.
We're winning.
That's an ally. Alright, there's still a little bit of people to shoot at, so let's go find them.
Attention to the map.
Oh, they just keep zombing this airfield. The convoy, of course. Yeah, well. I'll spawn one more time, then I'm gonna leave. Imagine getting outplayed by a fucking AI. He said, no, you're not allowed to play the game. Me, when I see a US player, you're not allowed to have fun, fuck you. They haven't touched either of these bases. This airfield is damaged. This one also got damaged recently. So what I believe they're doing is they're just... Oh, I found somebody. Hold on. Where? There he is. They're just zombieing the airfields. That's what they're doing. Okay. I don't think this dude deserves to have fun.
Move after me!
Somebody, cover me! Follow me!
On me!
On me!
Nathan is stacking this convoy, so I'll go there real quick and ruin his fun. Okay. R60 should have enough range. Yeah. You better die. Don't let me come back for you. Aha.
Attention to the designated grid zone!
This guy just dropped below contrails.
Returning to the base!
Motherfucker, R60 didn't shoot earlier. Holy fuck. Oh, okay, he's slowing down, hold on. I'm pretty sure fucking R60 got a log, but it didn't fire. No, he's close to the base. No, he's not allowed to drop the bombs. No. There we go. Now I'm gonna find the other guy that I picked up coming from this airfield. Pretty sure I spotted somebody from this direction. Those are AI. Oh, hold on. Pretty damn sure I saw somebody here. That's an ally shooting at the AI, but no, I saw something else.
Follow me. Guide on me. Follow me.
Yeah, well, I'm guessing I won't be able to find the other guys because they're just fucking some in the airfields, and they really love flying below contrail altitude, so they don't get spotted. I don't think my radar is good enough to actually find them if they do that. I'm pretty much watching every single one of these bases, and I haven't been able to.
Рубеж возврата.
Aha.
Проверь запас топлива.
See, this is how you find people. You just look around.
Attention to the map!
Is he coming towards me or what?
Проверь запас топлива. Рубеж возврата. Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка. Проверь запас топлива. Предельная перегрузка. Включено воздушное торможение. Включено воздушное торможение. Проверь запас топлива. Проверь запас топлива. Предельный угол атаки.
Let's not waste each other's time and just stay out.
Высота. Предельный угол атаки. Предельный угол атаки. Предельная перегрузка. Предельная перегрузка.
Hey, there you go. We won. GG's, dude. See you around. Exciting dog shit ass match with nothing to shoot at. Oh, what's that? Oh, I think the bracket changed today. Okay, it's 2 a.m. for me, so that means the brackets reset 13 minutes ago. So every single lobby disappeared pretty much. Okay. Yeah, every single lobby is gone. There's nothing happening right now. So, well, fun is over. GG's. Thank you guys for sticking around. I'll see you in the next one. I wanted to keep playing, but like, well, there's nothing going on, and I'm not gonna sit on my ass like 20 minutes waiting for a match to start. So let's have a last look. So this is a top tier match on Denmark. Very exciting. 11.0 on Afghan. That's just gonna be full of sunbursts, and there's barely gonna be any action because finding people is gonna be a pain in the ass. This is prop tier. I don't play props, at least not now. Yeah, no. Might as well just call it. I don't wanna waste any of you guys' time, so GG's. I'll see you guys in the next one.